So the first thing to consider is the typical appliance triangle dimensions. And the rule of thumb is you want to create a triangle between your three primary appliances, which is the refrigerator, your main sink, and your cooktop, which is, as a minimum dimension, 42 inches, and a maximum dimension of 60 inches or 5 feet. And the reason is you want to make the cook efficient within that space. You want to be able to move between your three primary appliances without taking double, triple, quadruple steps. And you can have a big kitchen. I mean, you can have a really large kitchen, but a really well-designed large kitchen will have a tight appliance triangle for the main three appliances.
And if you think about commercial kitchens, they're very tight. They're very small. And you really want to be able to not just turn, but turn and take one step to get to most of those appliances. The reason that the 42 inches there is as a minimum is that's a good, handy way to make sure that you don't start to get collisions of either door swings, drop downs of the dishwasher, collides with where you're standing with the cooktop, that sort of thing. So 60 inches is a typical maximum, and if you can keep it around 42, that's great. So somewhere in there you'll know that you'll be in good hands.
So that wasn't gonna work. So we knew that layout wasn't gonna work. We also knew that somehow this zone here had to stay open for circulation. There is this wing wall here, which was part of the original framing of the house. And we thought, well, that would be kind of interesting. Maybe what we should do is use that, because again, magically, it happens to be 24 inches. Isn't that funny how that happens? Maybe that should be where our pantry wall is, like that. And then we looked at that and then thought, what could we do here? Well, we could put an island like that. Have our stools there, like that. But there's a few problems with that, because we have a zone here that's quite a bit of space. You also end on the island coming down the stairs and in from the outside. And our dining room table here is, again, would be right on that alley edge of the kitchen. And it seems like it's not that efficient in terms of space. If we did an L shape and shorten the island, our island proportion is now getting small. And it just seemed awkward with the orientation of someone here standing and cooking, looking up the stairs into the circulation zone and into the bedrooms. Because you have to think about where the cook is going to stand, and the cook's going to be facing the island and facing the back wall. And that view seems to be misappropriated because you've got this one opportunity here with the window, and then the other opportunity with the view to the outside. And now we've turned the person so that their one view is towards the staircase of the house, and their other view is towards the blank wall. So that didn't seem to make a lot of sense.
And then the other reason is that it relates to this drop there. And so you're actually creating an architectural edge that all the cabinetry sits against. And so it becomes, again, a kind of drywall frame that the kitchen sits within.
So is that actually the support structure, because that's what's supporting the ceiling?
This is a support beam.
Right.
And there's a beam there.
And then there's
but this
isn't cross that you need to give there?
No, there isn't anything there. The beam, this center beam, the structure goes, this is the center beam, and then the joists and the trusses go like that. So there isn't anything structural. That's purely there to be able to handle the lighting. There's an architectural reason, a visual reason, and a material reason, all wrapped into one.
So that window looks pretty big, so you didn't see any need to put any other windows in, say, on that pantry wall. It's such a big window.
Yeah, no, and you also have to remember that when you're standing here, you've got this floor to ceiling. I don't have any pictures of that other side, but it's completely open.
Right.
And so you don't really need to have that. And anytime we started to add a window there, we'd be breaking up the continuity of that storage. And she had